Saludos, amigos. Casher, President and CEO of Casher National Luxury Real Estate. Guys, I'm getting ready to run into the gym right now. However, I was talking to a client today and we were doing a quick comparison between whether to own stocks or oceanfront property. Guys, today we're going to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to give you my perspective as well. Let's do it. Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining us here on the channel. I was speaking to a client today and I thought I would share the discussion with you guys on the channel. I was having a long talk and we were going between oceanfront property, owning oceanfront property versus owning stocks in the stock market. Okay, so here was a little bit of the analysis and kind of made some notes to kind of recap what we talked about and share those thoughts and conceptual ideas based on wealth preservation, short-term liquidity, all those different things to kind of recap all that for you. And I'm going to share that here in today's video. Okay, so oceanfront property as a long-term value play. Okay, number one, things to consider. Number one is scarcity and demand. There's a limited supply of oceanfront land and demand remains strong, especially in desirable locations. For example, in the Dominican Republic, like we have Las Terrenas, we have Cap Cana, we have certain areas like that that are always going to remain in demand because of scarcity, okay? Number two, resilience and appreciation. While the prices may fluctuate, the prime waterfront real estate tends to appreciate over time. There's no getting away from that. If you own waterfront property, guys, and at the peak of it is oceanfront property, okay? But you can be on a lake, you can be on a pond, you can be on different bodies of water, but if you're on the ocean, that is prime time, okay? You can see right behind me, there's a beautiful ocean right there. That is, I'm right here in Cap Cana right now. Today I happen to be in Cap Cana, but anything oceanfront, guys, is resilient and will continue to appreciate. Okay, number three, lifestyle and rental income. The oceanfront properties attract high-end buyers and vacationers. That makes them ideal for rental income. So if you're looking for rental for an ROI on your properties, you want to be oceanfront, and that is what that allows you to get. You can also, the number four is hedge against inflation. Okay, real estate is generally holds its value better than cash or stocks in inflationary periods. Okay, so when you are having inflationary periods like we're being subjected to in the last couple of years, real estate is your play. Okay, now when you talk real estate is your play, then guess what is even better? Oceanfront real estate is where you want to be. That is the ultimate play. Okay. So let's dive right into it. Oceanfront property versus stocks as a long-term value comparison. Number one, appreciation and growth. Oceanfront property. Historically, oceanfront property appreciates due to its scarcity, as we already mentioned, high demand and lifestyle appeal. Premium locations like Cap Cana, Las Terrenas, all the areas that we represent in our trifecta, those areas, if you're oceanfront guys, you are winning long-term. Okay, in comparison, stocks can provide a higher annualized, a higher annual return, 7 to 10%, depending on the market. So the 7 to 10% on average for the S&P 500, but there are more volatile. Stocks are more volatile and subject to economic cycles. You'll see stock prices fluctuate up and down like crazy. Okay, you're not going to see that as much in oceanfront real estate. Okay, you're not going to see that very little actually. Number two, cash flow potential. Oceanfront property. Oceanfront property can generate passive income through rentals, especially in tourist-heavy areas. Again, the trifecta: Las Terrenas, Cap Cana, Punta Cana, all these areas. They're tourist-heavy areas, and they generate a high rate of return as oceanfront properties. Okay, high-end properties command a premium rental rate. Stocks in comparison. Dividend-paying stocks provide passive income as well. Okay, but returns can fluctuate with market performances. Okay, so you will have those passive income opportunities with dividend-paying stocks. However, those things will fluctuate as economic tides come and go. All right, that's something that will happen to you. Number three, risk and volatility in comparison. Oceanfront property, less volatile, but it is impacted by natural disasters. As you can see, I'm sitting here right on the ocean. When you're on the water, especially on the ocean, you do have the potential for some natural disasters. But however, guys, here in the Dominican Republic, those kind of insurances are relatively cheap and affordable. Okay, not so much in North America, but over here it's not so bad. Very often, if you're in a project, your HOAs will cover the structure itself, so that mitigates some of that risk being oceanfront. But cost benefit here. Oceanfront property, again, it's much less volatile value-wise. It's impacted, but it is impacted by natural disasters, maintenance costs like we were talking about, and local economic factors. Local economic factors are not really affecting the oceanfront properties that we represent. Okay, so in comparison, let's talk about stocks as it pertains to risk and volatility. Stocks highly liquid but subject to market shocks, economic downturns, and geopolitical events. Guys, we've seen this, especially this year. You know, you saw what happened with Bitcoin, spike up and down, just based on little bits and pieces of information that's out there in the media. Stocks can jump and they're highly volatile. Okay, so that is one of the risks that you share with stocks when we're speaking to risk and volatility. Liquidity and accessibility. Okay, oceanfront property, less liquid. Okay, selling takes time, and there's transactional costs. Okay, you'll have broker fees, you have some taxes that you have to deal with, and some of those elements are in play when you look at liquidity and accessibility to cash as related to oceanfront property. In comparison, stocks highly liquid. You can just go on your computer, hit sell, and you can liquefy those. Okay, they can be sold instantly with low transactional costs. Okay, so that's one of the benefits in liquidity and accessibility. Stocks win hands down. Which has more long-term value? That's really the question. That was the debate that we were having here today. If you prioritize stability, appreciation, and passive income, oceanfront property is a solid long-term asset. Okay, it blows stocks away if you are prioritizing stability, appreciation, and passive income. Okay. However, if you are prioritizing liquidity and higher potential for growth with risk, then stocks may be better. Okay, if you're able to withstand that risk and you're okay with that risk, your liquidity is going to be higher, much higher with stocks, but you are assuming much more risk in that. So what's the ideal strategy, guys? That's what we were talking about. I think to diversify. Okay, you hear that all the time. Diversification. There's no exception to this one. Own oceanfront property. Okay, highly, just for lifestyle reasons, appreciation, long-term store of wealth. I think oceanfront property is a winner all the time. Okay. If you want to diversify and you want to own some of those stocks out there, then guys, feel free to do that, but be smart with it. Understand that stocks are up and down, and you can find yourself in a bear market overnight. You wake up in the morning and you can see 50% drops in the stocks that you have purchased. So be cautious in there, and that is one of the risks, especially as we go into the 2025, 2026. There's a lot of political uncertainty out there, and there's a lot of the media really grabs hold of the stock market. What is put out there in the media dictates what happens to the stock prices very often. You can see kind of like, you see this happening as we speak right now. You can see that with Elon Musk's company, because he's obviously prime time in the news right now. He's all over the news. So you're seeing it with Tesla. Okay, that stock just went up 20%. It dropped 50, went up 20. It's all over the map. Okay, and that's kind of what you're going to see in that. If you want to sleep well at night, guys, and you want to feel good about preserving your wealth for the next generations, then I highly recommend oceanfront property. Oceanfront property is the winner, and if you can afford to do it, if you can find a great opportunity with brokers like ourselves, then guys, avail it, jump on it, take it as soon as you can, because that is a great store of wealth. Okay, and helps you sleep really, really good at night, listening to those waves, and being able to wake up to that is beautiful for anyone, anywhere in the world. There's a universal desire for that. There's a universal desire to live on the ocean, and that is never ever going away. Okay, and as time goes on, that is worth a hell of a lot more every day that passes. It is ticking up, and it will be able to withstand the test of time. Okay, the economic ups and downs, you're going to be able to hold strong because you have that piece of real estate, whether it's a condo or whether it's a beachfront property, whatever that is. As long as you have that as your backdrop, you win. All right, guys, hope this video helps. It was a little insight. I just want to share that with you quickly before we got to the gym, and hopefully it helps. All right, guys, remember, like, subscribe, and share, and please make us your first phone call if you're visiting Cap Canada Las Arenas. We're also doing a lot of work in Piantini. There's some great options over there, and we're also exposing you guys to a really new area. It's not beachfront, but it is spectacular, and it is booming. It's called Vistacana. All right, guys, love where you live. My name's Cash, President and CEO of Cash International Luxury Real Estate. Thanks for joining me here. Please remember to hit the notification button so you're first to know on some of our top projects that come. They always come to the channel first. We don't do social media, we do YouTube. So you will be getting those first and foremost if you click that notification button. So do that, because we've got big news coming in Las Arenas. All right, guys, love where you live. Talk to you soon.